Hello, everybody, and welcome to Week 6 action. We got the Rams again on prime time, this time taking on the Packers, two 4-1 teams yet again. I am joined once again by the always lovely Sammy.
Pleasure to be in the booth, and I'll tell you what, 2 weeks in a row in sunny Southern California at the Coliseum, got no complaints on my end.
And I'm really hoping that we don't have a little PC crash like we did last time. But off of that, both teams coming off of pretty big wins. Rams having intercepted Jimmy G 5 times last week. 5 times. This defense really stepped up. And that's going to be a key to this game for the Rams. That defense has got to step up because if you're going to try and trust Josh Dobbs to go punch for punch with Aaron Rodgers, you're going to lose every day of the week.
And I think for me, this game is a tale of opposites, right? I think when you look at the Packers, they've got that high octane pass game with Aaron Rodgers, the Hall of Famer. They got plenty of weapons out there. They really don't have a go-to running back. And then as a juxtaposition, the Rams, they're all running game. They've got Gurley. They've got Isaiah Pacheco, the standout rookie who had a great game last season. So I'm interested. But yeah, last week. I'm interested in seeing how this game plans out. I think you're, nailing the head with the Josh Dobbs commentary, and I think Coach McVay knows that, right? Dobbs isn't going to win the game, but I don't think he's going to lose the game either today.
Yeah, it's all going to fall on this defense. And if you're going to trust any defense, I think this is one of the ones that you definitely can put almost all of your faith in. I mean, you got pick your poison. You got Aaron Donald. You got, I believe, a fairly good secondary. I'm not sure, not 100% certain of the names back there. Obviously, Roby Coleman, I know, is still there. I believe Marcus Peters is still there.
Ryan Conley, former
Yeah,
Raider.
They traded for Conley in the off season, so that back end really good. You still got Boston, who had a pretty good game last week. Whereas for Green Bay, I wouldn't say that it's. I wouldn't say that this defense for Green Bay is bad, but I wouldn't say that they're at least at the level that LA is at right now.
I'd agree with that, and I also think when you have an offense as good as the Green Bay Packers, I think you sometimes get lulled into a scoring fest, right? You're trading touchdowns for touchdowns, and it's almost harder to get into a great rhythm of playing great defense, and I think that's what the Packers are seeing a little bit.
Yeah, definitely can fall victim to that. And I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna do the same thing we always do. What's your What's your predictions on the game right now?
I've been wrestling with this one, Brain, but I'm going to go a little bit on the bolder side, and I'm going to predict the Rams. I think, I picked them last week. I didn't think they'd be as affected by the Mariota injury as the rest of, the league and the people around the league thought. I like their run game. I like their defense. We heard from Jimmy G about how big of a menace Aaron Donald was, and I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be saying a lot of the same after this one. So I've got the Rams by 1 point.
1 point. Do you think it's gonna be a? All right, now you said it's gonna be
Say
1 point.
28-27.
I was
I
about
don't
to
think
ask,
it's
do you
going to be
think it's
too high scoring, but I do think that the Rams are going to have to score, 4 touchdowns or get close to that 30-point mark to beat the Packers.
old predictions coming in? Rams twice, back to back, man.
What about you, Brain? How are you seeing this game pan out?
Uh, this is a tough one to call. I want to go Green Bay, but my gut's saying LA. My gut's saying LA. I'm gonna go with my gut. I think LA's able to pull it out.
I know we're about to kick off, but I was just checking. You're blowing up on Twitter. You're saying that your microphone, you're coming through really loud for the fans at home, and I know you care about the fans at home.
Gone ahead and worked on that. Hopefully it's a little bit quieter. Go ahead and turned it down. Opening kickoff is away, and it's going to be a touchback, and that'll bring Aaron Rodgers and this high-octane offense onto the field. For their first shot. That's there.
Tell you what, I watched a lot of Cal football. Back at the days Aaron Rodgers there, and entering his 16th season in the NFL. I didn't necessarily see it coming, but it's an absolute pleasure watching Rodgers sling the rock at approaching 40 years old.
Oh, man. Rodgers actually going to come out this first time in the I set. 2 tight ends to the right. And they're going to turn around and hand it to the running back. He's going to bounce it outside of the left. Chased down by Aaron Donald, of all people, off the line. Going to chase him down. Still gets the first down.
And that nice run by Sermon. Looked like he could have got a little more yardage out to the left instead of making that juke to the right. But again, that's the thing. You don't know who it's exactly going to be in that backfield for Green Bay. They really don't have a focal point of that rushing attack.
Speaking of, there's going to be no back this time, as they're going to go up 5 wide, throw it short to Sternberger, and he's going to get it up to about the, I believe, 43, marking it to 41. Looks like a pretty bad spot to me. But 5 yards, and then I'll bring up a 2nd and 5.
And that's something I've been really impressed with Coach Milky's game planning and Aaron Rodgers this season is they're not afraid just to take the easy yardage. And on first and 10, taking that little dump off to Sternberger, that's perfect. Sets them up for whatever they want to do here.
Route back and hit the underneath route. Quick game, first down. That goes to Moore, I believe. At Javon Moore. 6 yards.
And do you think they watched that Niners film and saw how much Jimmy G was getting harassed back there by Donald, and they decided to make some quick passes part of their game plan?
Oh, I think so. Normally, you probably think that that's going to Ruggs on that deep route. He looked to be just running a fly, try and get him the ball in the middle of the field. Not going to take the risk. Just going to throw it short, get the early yardage.
Handing it off to James Cook there on first down. Cook's back in the backfield on 2nd and 7.
Fighting his way through people. That was a hard-fought 1 yard. All of that for 1 yard. Equanimous St. Brown.
I believe that's Amon Ra St. Brown, who's being used a little bit more. Yeah, he's the younger brother being used a little bit more than his older brother. He's actually the 2nd leading pass catcher on this team, 2nd leading weapon for Rodgers this season. I'm expecting Rams to sit in zone here.
And gonna find, was that Valdez-Scantling? That was Marquez Valdez-Scantling. 13 yards and a first down.
That's the thing, Brian. We're going to be reaching deep into the Green Bay Packers depth chart to see how, who's getting the ball, who's catching the passes. That's always been a hallmark of Aaron Rodgers' offense. He really spreads the ball around. Doesn't matter who he's throwing to.
Cook checks into the backfield for the 3 tight end set, and it's going to go his way, but he's going to get stuffed. I believe that's the first play that goes for no yardage.
Aaron Donald eating it up in the middle.
Yeah, just great play. You probably want to run that away from Aaron Donald. I mean, I guess live and learn.
Yeah, I mean, you can't spend the entire game running outside the tackles. You do have to pound it inside, the tackles occasionally, but I don't think it's going to be part of their game plan and keys to success, especially when you got Sheldon Richardson right next to him.
At least run it to the opposite tackle of him or something.
Got to keep him honest, though. Yeah.
And in motion, they're going to toss it to him. Is that St. Brown again?
He's tackled by John Johnson. I thought that St. Brown had, if he could make one man miss, he potentially would have been in the end zone, but great tackle by John Johnson. Brent, one of the matchups I'm really looking forward to watching all game is Aaron Donald and David Bakhtiari. What are your thoughts on that?
2 of the best at what they do. I mean, I pick your poison. This time, actually, probably smart defense. They're going to move Donald away from Bakhtiari. They're going to move him to the right guard. And he's going to get in for the sack. Keyed in on him and move away from the – that's one way to get away from it. Just go ahead and move away from him.
I mean, right on cue, right? I mean, we know Donald has freedom to kind of set up wherever he wants on that defensive line, but great job on a third down. Maybe wanted to get a little bit more of a pass rush there.
And field goal is up.
Have the
It
leg.
does have the leg. I believe that was what was that, 58 yards?
58-yarder.
And if you're LA, you love that. I mean, yes, Green Bay moved the ball almost at will up until that last set, but hey, hold them to 3. Bend, don't break. That's what's going to beat this Green Bay team.
It looked like the Rams defense, they all, I don't want to say figured it out in the second part of that drive, but they were definitely able to slow them down. I think they noticed that a lot of stuff was coming quick over the middle. A nice run stuff on first down, get them into a 2nd and long. That's the recipe for this defense.
And this is going to bring Josh Dobbs out for his first snap of this game. And they're actually going to turn around, hand it to Todd Gurley, who goes backwards for 2 yards, something he's not used to doing this season.
Oh, we read off those stats. He's almost averaging 10 rushes or 10 yards per rush, which is just ludicrous so far through 6 weeks.
Doesn't matter what you do if your fullback just blows the block like that, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring up a 2nd down and 12 from behind the sticks. And they will put it in the air with Dobbs. And, ooh, maybe a little bit of early game rattling going here. Had 2 guys out to the left, only one man to beat, and he put it right between them.
Not sure which of the options he was looking for there. Regardless, he missed on both. This is quite the opposite start to what we saw against the 49ers, where he started off with 2 passes for about 40 yards right off the bat.
And now he's going to have to hit a long 3rd and 12. Steps up in the pocket, hits it over the middle, incomplete.
He was going to take off, get 7-8 yards, maybe make a guy miss and get a first down. That's the one thing we haven't seen much from Dobbs. He does have that athleticism, but through his 2 starts, we really haven't seen it from him.
Not a bad punt. Good job of flipping field by Hecker. Puts it at the 20-yard line. And now
it's not the end of the world, right? No. If you're the Rams, you're down 3-0, you punt the ball. It's not the end of the world. I think on the sidelines, they're adjusting a lot. I think maybe they need to be a little more aggressive on early downs against this defense.
And run this time for, I believe that was Cook again. It was big gain of 13, I believe.
Job by Cook, just following the blockers. Nice cut upfield to the left a little bit to find some extra yardage there.
That was an easy first down.
That's what thing we talked about.
His way up there.
Yeah, I don't think either of us saw the Packers running too effectively. They have so far. I'm very curious to see if that keeps up. I think it's really allowing Rodgers to open up the offense.
Go to Cook again, this time in the passing game. Nice gain of 6. Aaron Rodgers has yet to miss a pass. Obviously, he hasn't thrown it too deep. Did take that 1 sack, which almost put him out of field goal range.
Be TJ Logan in the backfield now, to the right of Rodgers.
Back to pass. Ooh, Aaron Donald, good play. Gets his hand up and knocks the ball down. It was intended for that running back.
It is just such a pleasure to watch this guy. He's sacking people, he's stuffing runs, he's getting his hands up in the passing game. Is there anybody better defensively for your money than Aaron Donald?
On the inside, I'd have to say no.
Got to agree with you there. I mean, there's guys like Myles Garrett and Bosa, but no one as dominant as Donald.
And pass this time, I believe that's to St. Brown again. Amon-Ra St. Brown, big first down, and he's been targeted quite a bit in this first quarter.
It was easy, and I mean, that looked like man coverage, and geez, I think there's a linebacker on him. I'm not sure how that happens.
Yeah, I don't know what the game plan is there. Bring up a first down. Good side of the 50.
There you go. This is what happened
from Cook, and that had nowhere to go in a hurry.
I like what the Packers are doing. You know, it looks like to me one of their focal points is getting 4 to 5 to 6 yards on first down, whether it's through a short pass or a nice run. It didn't happen there, but it looks like that's their game plan to really open up and make some more dynamic plays on second and third. So I think the Rams defense needs to start keying in on that.
Pass here goes to, is that the other St. Brown or is that Valdez?
Playing.
I believe that's Valdez. It was Valdez Scantling. It's back ahead of the sticks, 3rd and 5. And I'll tell you what, one name that we have yet to call in this first quarter, Henry Ruggs, the first-round pick from 2 years ago. He was a star last year, and I don't think he's had a single target yet.
You called it out earlier. Marcus Peters is one of the best young corners in the game. Doesn't surprise me.
Quick pass. Looking for Amon Ra quickly off the ball. Didn't give him any chance to try and do anything.
Boston just barely got him by the shoestrings there.
Now Green Bay going to come out in a little pistol. And they're going to give this one to Cook. Probably could have taken it for a little bit more if he goes inside to the left. Either way, 7 yards. I'll take it every day of the week.
And that's the thing for the rookie running back, right? He doesn't have that vision of a veteran Hall of Famer like Frank Gore. That's something that he needs to develop. Maybe Aaron Jones can help him out a little bit. Definitely add more yardage up the middle there.
And down 3 to go. Cook this time in motion. And run this time is just stuffed. Logan had nowhere to go. And Littleton just pile drived him. And this is a big 3rd down. 3rd and 2, ball on the 20. If you're Green Bay, you really don't want to settle for another field goal.
If you're the Rams, I would not blitz here. I'm gonna sit back. I don't think a run is coming here.
No.
I'd watch guys like Amon Ra, St. Brown, and Henry Ruggs.
Oh, it's going to be the other name, Sternberger. Is going to get it on the fly, and he's in for the touchdown.
That dance in the end zone. But, man, Sternberger just split the middle there of the zone.
And just nobody was around him. You'd think you'd want to have someone on him. I mean, obviously.
It's one of the things when you're playing the cover 3, you are susceptible to those streaks.
And gets him there, and that'll make it 10-0. The Rams really need any kind of points. It doesn't matter. I don't care if I'm getting a field goal, touchdown, whatever. I really don't want to punt. If I have to punt, I at least want to punt after getting a first down. Get a little bit of confidence for Dobbs.
And the thing is here is they've had a 3 and out, and that's it on offense. They're down 10-0. I think you got to take a deep breath, understand that you get the ball to start the second half. So if you can limit this second quarter to just 3 possessions where you're getting 2 of them, and then you get the ball to start the third quarter, I think that's just a little more comforting mentally, and makes you feel like you can easily get back in this game if you just control the clock.
Yeah, without a doubt. And also, let's add to that just gaining a yard. They have yet to gain a yard in this game.
And just, I mean, that's a very conservative call, right? The Packers are able to key in on that run, send 6, and look, it doesn't matter how good your running back is. If you're facing a blitz and you're facing 8 in the box on every down, it's going to be tough for anyone.
Yeah, really need to get this passing game going. Just hit something short, hit something over the middle, like give him some easy throws, some easy reads.
Let's go! 70 ending. Watch my board. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Go, go. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Drops back. A lot of time. Ooh,
He had a man on that.
Just underthrown.
On that deep square in, but just that looked like Chad Pennington, little water gun, noodle arm, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, just he seems a lot less comfortable right now than he did against San Francisco.
Yep.
Not quite sure what
You
the
wonder
difference
if
is.
Yeah, I mean, there was last week. There was a little debate who was going to be starting, right? And Dobbs probably got that call couple hours before the game, so probably didn't have too much time to think. I think he's had a full 7 days to prepare for this one. Maybe it's getting the best of him.
And maybe we see the backup to the backup in the second half. Oh, he had Cooks open, but he didn't take it, and he's gonna take a sack instead. Preston Smith in to bring him down, and that'll bring up fourth.
Green Bay's sack later this season. That's the 6th sack on the season in the 6th game. Mightily impressive by Preston Smith. Brain, while watching the punt, want to ask you a question. We got 4 undefeateds. We got the Eagles, Colts, Buccaneers, and the Browns. Which teams do you like? Who do you think is a legitimate Super Bowl contender?
Honestly, I think both of the AFC teams. This AFC, I don't want to say it's just absolutely weak, but it's definitely not quite as strong as the NFC. Whenever you come from top to bottom depth, I think the Chargers or the Browns are both. I think you could bet on them to make the Super Bowl, and no one would say, "Oh, you're an idiot." Whereas Eagles, I think you can still bet on the Eagles to make the Super Bowl. I mean, they're the reigning champs for a reason. And then
Tampa Bay, what's your thoughts on them?
Tampa Bay. I like them. I just want to see more. And speaking of more, Aaron Donald just comes in virtually unblocked, loss of 14 yards. I don't know if Rodgers just didn't see him or what. But
They're just really trying to get that separation room, just kept drifting backwards. Didn't matter.
I know Cook didn't see him. He went right past him. I think Cook saw big old Aaron Donald and said, "Nah, I'm gonna block somebody else."
No one wants to block him. This is unbelievable. No one can block him, and he's in the zone right now.
And pass this time, looking for Henry Ruggs for the first time, but he's not going to be able to haul it in. Man coverage too good.
Again, Donald came free at the last second, and right when he came free, Rodgers just said, "Oh, nope, I'm getting rid of it."
It was a good ball, just Marcus Peters in coverage. The way that he had to throw that, yeah, it would have been a tough catch. And that brings up a 3rd and 24. Do you have any 24-yard plays in your back pocket?
I know I don't.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check 52.
Watch that
Rodgers
streak.
drops back. He's going to get sacked again. Aaron Donald.
Tell you, Donald, I know we're only 6 weeks in, but it's looking like that Michael Strahan record is in danger.
I mean, just manhandled the double team. And
Oh, you hate to see that.
you truly hate to see it.
You really hate to see that.
You truly hate to see it. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen here. I'm not sure if we're gonna have a full restart. Obviously, we'd have a full restart over probably playing like 3 quarters. Figure out what the plan is for this.